A lot of people question how the main characters in Victorious even became a friend group. Half of them seem like kids that would never interact with each other. I mean, seriously, does it really seem like Jade would be in the same friend group as Robbie? I don't know. And regardless of how they became friends, there are certain episodes where they treat each other so terribly that I don't know how on earth they managed to stay friends. And a prime example of this is the season 1 episode, Robarazzi. There is no explanation why anyone would still be cool with Robbie after the shit he pulls in this episode. He basically terrorizes his own friend group, and his behavior is unacceptable. And honestly, with Victorious being a newer show at the time, it was kind of ballsy of them to make one of the main characters, who we're supposed to like, seem like such a villain in this episode. And it was also kind of sus for Nickelodeon to make the one Jewish character be the one who starts a TMZ channel parody and essentially controls the media at the school. Robarazzi was the highest viewed episode in all of season 1, pulling in 6 million viewers back in the day, which is maybe why I remember this one so well, even though it aired over 15 years ago. Ugh, like a knife to the chest. And since this one pulled in more viewers than the pilot episode or the hour-long special Freak the Freak Out, today we're gonna take a look back at Robarazzi and see if it really deserved all the hype, because I remember the sins of this episode being unforgivable. As always, if you guys like this video, please give us a like and maybe even subscribe. If you don't, I may just film you during a private embarrassing moment and post it online without your consent. And if you have any other episodes or shows you'd like me to cover, let me know down in the comments. All right, let's dive in. Kat walks up to the lunch table with a weird looking contraption, and Jade tells her point blank that she is not wanted at this lunch table.
Don't you guys want to know what that is? Is it a transporter from the future that can beam you to another table? Because if it is, what button do I push?
That is so aggressive. Aren't they all friends? Kat makes it fake snow everywhere with her weird device, then explains she got it off the Sky Store, which is just a parody of the Sky Mall, which for those of you who don't know, they used to be catalogs included in each airplane seat, and they were always full of these random useless items that seemed really innovative and unique, but they were actually just junk and they would collect dust after one use. And as a kid, whenever I would fly, this was the most exciting part for me. I loved them. Then we get what I think is a quick gay joke about San Francisco.
I went to visit my uncle and uncle this weekend in San Francisco, and they had these on the plane.
Unbelievable!
Whoa, just take it easy, man. Bro shows up at the table mumbling and grumbling. That is not the vibe for lunchtime, and I'd be pissed if he showed up with that bad energy at my lunch table. Robbie shows up and is like, whoa, it snowed in Los Angeles? Is Robbie slow? Jade offers him a bite of the fake snow, even though Kat said it's toxic and can't be consumed.
Do not eat it. Why? Because it says the fake snow is toxic and can cause abdominal bleeding.
And no one tries to stop Jade from offering Robbie the bite either. Holy shit. Robbie complains that the seniors who run The Slap want to cancel his blog for being too boring. Wait a second. Seniors run that goddamn website? Is it not like their version of Twitter? And it's a website supposedly ran by 17-year-olds? What? A website as heavily used as The Slap would take constant supervision and probably massive servers to keep running. There's just no way that students are running The Slap. It doesn't make any sense. Tori suggests that Robbie can make his blog more interesting by making it about the students at Hollywood Arts and their lives. He thinks it's a great idea. What could possibly go wrong?
She's so cute.
A girl like that wants a man, not a boy.
I'll get there.
I think she was still close enough to probably hear him say that. Robbie heads into the Slap headquarters? What the fuck? How is this just a student-run business? This is fucking wild. And if you look closely, you can actually see that someone in the background is on iCarly.com, undoubtedly leaving hate comments, I'm sure. He shows Rex a clip where he interviewed Sinjin, and I gotta give it to the actor. This cracker does not blink even once. He's terrifying.
I understand that you collect something.
Yes.
What do you collect?
Oh, I collect these teeth. from the relatives of past presidents.
How did Sinjin get the teeth from dead presidents' relatives? Did he sneak into their houses at night like the Tooth Fairy? No, wait, those are clearly adult teeth. How the hell did he get those? Lock him up. But Rex convinces him that the more interesting part of the clip is Tori squeezing her pimple in the background, and he tells him to release that instead. Fucking nasty. This is a small detail, but it annoyed the fuck out of me. When Robbie zooms in on Tori popping her pimple, the entire camera angle fucking changes. Sinjin is literally pushed to the side. They clearly just had a cameraman move to the side to imitate Robbie zooming, but it doesn't look like he's zooming at all. The entire perspective changes. Why didn't they just have Robbie actually zoom in? I'm fucking pissed. You know what? Who the fuck pops a pimple in the middle of the school hallway anyway? She could have gone to the bathroom to do it in private. Like any cute boy could have been walking by in the halls when she was doing that. And this is the beginning of Dan Schneider's pimple popping fetish. Because I've seen a couple seconds of Henry Danger. I've seen one single episode in my entire life. And that episode featured a giant fucking pimple being popped and spraying pus out in the most disgusting way possible. Brother, I just can't believe it. And even though it was obvious that Tori's advice to Robbie would backfire and blow up in her face, it's kind of funny that she's the very first one to be a target of his cyberbullying after she tried giving him advice with his blog and was the only one being nice to him in the first scene. Also, the see-through computer is just like the laptop in the iCarly special I Go to Japan. And it may look cool, sure, but think about it. Anyone can see all those dirty websites you're browsing. Big Asian titties bouncing on the screen. Kat's shopping addiction from the Sky Store is getting worse and worse, and she shows off her necklace personal space alarm and world's brightest keychain to Beck, basically making him look like a predator in public, then nearly blinding his ass all within a matter of minutes.
Loser!
Step away! Going too close to this person. The police are on their way.
I didn't do anything. Yeah, ow. Okay.
Then she asks him to borrow some money for lunch because she's broke from shopping. This girl's got an addiction. Robbie gets some attention from a bunch of the extras walking around the hallways, and it's weird to hear any students outside the main cast speaking. They tell him the video of Tori squeezing her pimple was hilarious and iconic. So it turns out all you have to do to gain popularity is just a little bullying. Classic. The seniors who run the slap tell Robbie that they loved his pimple video, and they fully support him if he wants to keep cyberbullying people on their platform. And the dialogue sounds really realistic for high schoolers.
Great work, Rob.
Keep it hot.
Keep it hot.
Keep it high.
Who the fuck says keep it hot? The only one not impressed with Robbie's post is, of course, Tori, who honestly should have beat his ass right then and there. But she tries reasoning with him instead. And to be honest, Tori would be a more likable protagonist if she knew when it's the appropriate time to throw hands. Like that scene from the first episode where Jade dumped coffee on her. That's when you fucking swing, Tori. Come on.
I told you to do stories about what's going on in students' lives, not to embarrass and degrade people. I mean, seriously, is being popular that important to you?
Welcome to Robarazzi, starring Robbie Shapiro. Robarazzi.
And yeah, this should have been the end of Robbie ever being considered a likable character. How am I ever supposed to root for him after this? And for that matter, how does anyone in this friend group even accept Robbie back into the squad again after this behavior? Brother's a sociopath. He's literally singling out only his friends. Why wouldn't he start exposing randoms or some shit? Why only his closest friends?
Tori Vega's pimple. Shrinking or growing. Does Andre Harris have a catch-up problem? Is it Splitsville for Beck and Jade?
Cut to Robbie in the slap goddamn headquarters again. What is this room inside the school? Where is it? Is it fully dedicated to this business? And who's profiting off of it? Who is funding it for that matter? Websites are not free to run. For that matter, we see in the crossover episode with iCarly, iParty with Victorious, that Carly, Sam, and Freddie can all view the posts on the slap. So it's clearly accessible worldwide and used not only by Hollywood arts students, but open to the frickin' general public. Or else, why would they be able to just see that? They're canonically in a whole other state from the Hollywood Arts kids. They're not even nearby. We even see that Carly's boyfriend at the time gets tagged in a photo that someone else posts to the slap, even though he's not a Hollywood Arts student at all. And with the user base including anyone, even some random dude like that, it's even more unrealistic that students could keep this damn website open. No fucking way. The seniors are so impressed with Robbie at this point that they give him an entire staff of freshman interns to work under him. Aren't most of the students at Hollywood Arts want to be musicians or actors or performers? Who the hell at Hollywood Arts wants to be a paparazzi person? Why would these kids even be doing this? Just for fun? They plan out their next story about Kat's shopping addiction. And is that really tea? Who the hell cares?
Girl's got a problem.
No doubt.
And, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that's probably not her natural hair color.
What? Anyone with eyes could see that. That's not exposing anything. Brother just started his news career and he's running out of stories already. And for those of you who don't know, these scenes are directly parodying how TMZ is shot, the celebrity gossip show. So the gang busts in and again, nobody's swinging on him. This show needed a Sam type character, to be honest. Jade acts tough, but she never beats anyone down. Sam was never afraid to beat the absolute living shit out of someone. They all start yelling at Robbie and telling him he's got to stop the Robarazzi nonsense.
Beck and I are not Splitsville.
Well,
Is there something you want to talk about?
kidding. Are you guys getting this? Because this is really great stuff.
And this is just a pretty weird joke from Beck, to be honest. I find it a little messed up, and he even said it earlier in a previous scene.
He's a dead man. Beck and I aren't splitting up.
Well,
Dude.
kidding.
Tori finally says, "This is your last chance, Robbie, or you won't have any friends left. Are you gonna stop doing Robarazzi or not?" And we immediately cut to Robbie doing yet another Robarazzi segment, where he calls it a psychotic break when his friends all yelled at him and makes them all look crazy for trying to confront him. Cancel his ass, sweep the leg, give him the beatdown he deserves, throw his head in the toilet and give him a goddamn swirly. This behavior is unacceptable and he needs to be taught a lesson. But instead, Tori just growls at her laptop while watching the latest episode of Robarazzi. Pathetic and lame. She's literally giving him a view. She's giving him interaction. Why would she support him? She tweets on the slap asking everyone to stop looking at her pimple and calling herself out for being embarrassed. Great idea, Tori. That'll make people forget and not draw even more attention to it. Does she have any brain cells? If you tweet, "Don't look at this," the first thing they're gonna do is go look at it. What? At lunch, some kid mocks Andre for his ketchup addiction by giving him a giant case of ketchup, which honestly, that's a nice gift. I love ketchup and that would have been great to have for free. And then some little 9th graders working for Robarazzi get pics of him with the giant ketchup. Yikes. The kids agonize over Robbie's reign of terror, and the only one who's completely unbothered is Kat, who just bought a new portable juicer and tests it out on Beck's slice of pizza.
See?
Disgusting. Damn, poor Beck. Kat ruined his lunch in the beginning of the episode, and there she goes juicing his damn pizza. Bro can't get a meal around here. Then Robbie has the goddamn nerve to stroll up casually and just try to sit with them at lunch? What? The last time they've interacted, they all had a giant fight. What? They tell him to fuck off and yeet his backpack and his food away.
Stop embarrassing us on your dumb Robarazzi blog.
You guys embarrass yourselves. I just get it on tape and show the world.
Well, we don't want to be your friends till you stop.
Huh? I wouldn't want to be his friend ever again after this. Robbie says, fine, lots of other people want to be my friend, and then stomps off. Okay, buddy. The next scene is Kat playing with her new tennis ball cleaner from Sky Store, and to be honest, her side plot barely connects to the main events happening in this episode. She's kinda just off on her own in her own world, buying pointless garbage and getting all happy with her purchases, while everyone else stresses over the Robarazzi situation. Good for her, I guess. Cut to Tori at home when she gets a phone call from Jade, who's supposedly freaking out, and demands Tori go watch the latest Robarazzi video right now.
I got Beck and Jade in the front seat of Beck's car, and you need to see this.
Depending on what they were doing in Beck's car, we may need to get the FBI involved for Robbie secretly filming and posting these underage teens.
Come on, it'll be fun.
No.
Why not?
Because I didn't shower this morning and I had tuna fish for lunch and There's a dude in the back seat!
Hey man, what are you
Get out!
doing?
What's
This is
wrong
my
with you?
car.
Yeah,
You-
My God. By the way, in this episode, Jade is eating tuna fish.
I had tuna fish for lunch.
But in The Wood, she says she hates tuna fish.
What do you hate?
Tuna fish?
Get your lore right. But seriously though, I feel bad for Jade and Beck in this scene. The shit Robbie is pulling has gotten increasingly messed up and evasive. Borderline illegal? If someone was waiting for me in my car and recorded a private conversation, I'd be getting the police involved. No doubt. Hell, I'd probably even flex my Second Amendment rights. Tori's mom comes home with a special depilatory cream and tells Tori to try it out under her armpits. And if you look closely at the bags Tori's mom brought in, one of them has the logo for the fictional company Deka, which is the shoe company from the iCarly Techfoot episode, as well as Drake and Josh Really Big Shrimp. Did Miss Vega buy some Techfoots? Which, let's unpack that for a second. The Techfoot episode of iCarly came out in 2008. And this episode of Victorious came out 2 years later in 2010. And personally, I'm surprised that Deka didn't go out of business from the Techfoot scandal. Their shoes exploded and they refused to give refunds. Surely they must have killed a child. Just then, some of Robbie's stalker army freshmen show up and take pictures of her from outside the window at night while she's in the privacy of her own home. Traumatizing.
What up with Tori Vega's armpits?
When the pictures are shown on Robarazzi with Tori having the cream on her armpits, she makes a fist at the photographers. But when this scene plays out live, she's never making a fist at them. Where'd the picture come from? So Tori tweets out basically a death threat to Robbie on the slap, and since cyberbullying is allowed on their platform, I guess threats are okay too. So, alright, let's go. Although, I don't know how I feel about the strategy here. Come on, Tori, you never let them know your next move. At school, Andre and Beck steal Robbie's clothes from the locker room while Jade and Tori wait with cameras to film the whole thing. And I guess that's kinda funny. I mean, he still has his towel, so he's just basically shirtless. And I just gotta say, I absolutely love Jade's Gears of War bag. It's just amazing. Robbie begs them not to post it online, and they demand he ends Robarazzi.
Alright, then I'm just gonna zoom in right here.
No, don't.
Are you gonna stop?
Well, if I don't do Robarazzi, what am I gonna do for my blog on the slap? Low fat recipes.
I got lasagna with only 90 calories and 4 grams of fat.
Ooh, lasagna.
And that's actually a crazy low amount of calories for lasagna. I'm actually skeptical that's even possible. That's actually much more intriguing than anyone squeezing a pimple. Tori tweets on the slap that she's now hungry for muffins, and one of the other kids suggests a low-fat muffin recipe after the lasagna girl. What? Tori is still supporting him after everything? I'm sorry, but hell no. These crackers are way too forgiving. They need some self-respect. Friends do not need to be coerced into and threatened into treating their other friends with common decency. Robbie is an enemy of the people. He only stopped torturing them all because they were blackmailing him with the threat of everyone seeing his scrawny nips. The final scene is the friend group gently confronting Kat about her Sky Store addiction and taking the magazine away from her. Even though this is the age of the internet and she could look up any of that stuff online and order it right from her phone. In fact, the old Sky Store catalogs literally had a website that you could order from. She tells them all she wants to be alone, and when they walk away, she makes her move.
Hey, Sinjin,
Yes?
do you have a girlfriend?
No.
You have a credit card?
Yeah?
Why don't you call me sometime?
Okay. I'll go buy a phone.
A litter box that plays classical music!
That's a funny as hell ending. And I like that in the credit scene, we see that she actually went ahead and bought the cat litter box that plays classical music. I kinda want that one for myself. And honestly, I won't lie, it kinda bothers me that in the next episode, they're all just friends with Robbie again, like nothing ever happened. He didn't even apologize. There was actually no remorse shown from him at all in that final scene where they steal his clothes and force him to shut down Robarazzi. He never says, "I'm so sorry, you guys were right, friendship is more important than being popular. None of that. It doesn't seem like he actually learned his lesson at all. Seriously, compare this for a second to the webcam episode of Zoe 101. Logan is the one spying on people in that episode, but he's supposed to be the jerk of the show. That's like the entire point of his character, to be the bad guy. And unlike Robbie, he's not posting it online, and he only records them without their consent in the school lounge, which is a public space. But with Robbie, he literally sends his minions to Tori's private residence to take photos of her, and then posts it all online where it will exist literally forever. Even if he deletes the Robarazzi page, kids could have already saved the video of Tori popping her pimple to their phones. And in Zoe 101, the episode ends with Logan getting in trouble. But in Victorious, Robbie gets off basically scot-free for his crimes. And to be honest, he should have been reported to the police. Come on now. But enough of me yapping. What did you guys think of Robarazzi? Do you think it deserves its crown as the #1 viewed episode of season 1 of Victorious? Or is it a little overhyped? Let me know how you're feeling in the comments, and let's kick it.
Keep it hot.
And as always, I gotta give a throbbing, sensual, erotic shout out to the Patreon and channel members. You guys make me tingle in places I can't even begin to describe. Thank you so much for the support. And if you're still here, that's amazing. Why not make sure you're subscribed and maybe check out some other videos? You might have fun, you might not. I can't make any promises. All right, thanks for listening.